What's up, my audiences? It's me. I'm back. Well, for a few more days. Happy New Year, by the way. Yes, it has been months since the last time I have spoken to you, my audiences, directly by actually talking to a camera or microphone. Not just those posts I've been doing and all these texts or replies to your comments. None of that, though. This is the first time I have spoken to you guys directly through video and audio. If you guys have either seen the post or watched my Steel Rail News music video, you guys may know that a few months ago, I moved out of my home to start college in Altoona, Pennsylvania, and I'm still refused to give away the exact university that I currently go to until the end of my graduation, just for personal security and safety, to maybe avoid maybe untimely injuries or whatever could possibly go worse. But anyway, I am filming this as part of an update video and also as part of my New Year's resolution for 2023. So the first thing you guys may notice is that I have actually finally worked out a new nickname for this channel, in case the original name is kind of a little, In case you haven't seen, that new nickname in question is the Rocket City Rail Fan. Originally I was going to go with the Huntsville Rail Fan, but just went, let's just go Rocket City Rail Fan. Just to make, my home a lot more clear. To avoid confusion between Huntsville, Alabama, which is where I actually live, and other cities in the U.S., named Huntsville. Because, as some of you guys might know, Huntsville, Alabama is often nicknamed Rocket City, USA, which is why I chose the name Rocket City Rail Fan, because I'm from the Rocket City. I wanted a title that was more descriptive for that series, and hopefully maybe, in a way, make it maybe more attractive, and maybe bait in maybe some more viewers, possibly. But I didn't really change it to just bait in viewers, but more so just to give it a more descriptive name. Similarly to how Union Pacific was going to call the 4884s Wasatch types, only for an Alco employee to come up with the name Big Boy, and that name just stuck ever since. I should also mention that I have slightly changed up my narrating style for what is now my Garbage on the Rails series. Not quite shouting as loudly, but more so maybe just goofing a little bit around in my narration, kind of similar to History in the Dark in some ways, and The Nostalgia Critic, both of whom I've taken some inspiration from. Not to mention my narrating style in my E2 episode is partially inspired from The Nostalgia Critic, as well as my wardrobe appearance in that video. Speaking of my new nickname, while it's not quite official, you can still refer to me as that if you want to. It's kind of like how 765's owner is known as the New York, Chicago, and St. Louis Railroad, but that company in question is better known as the Nickel Plate Road. And there's many other examples too, like the Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy often being better known as the Burlington Route, or CB&Q. Or the St. Louis, San Francisco being better known as the Frisco. So, yeah, that kind of stuff. I should also probably give away some plans. So as you guys know, although I did manage to put up several train spotting videos, like in downtown Altoona, at the Horseshoe Curve, other places, Everett Railroad, and also my proof of seeing Amtrak ALC 42s and Norfolk Southern's Lackawanna Heritage Unit in person, I haven't made any narrated videos since my Pennsylvania Railroad S1 episode of Dead on Arrival, which is now known as Garbage on the Rails. And that's for two reasons. First of all, college pretty much takes over so much, and being in an engineering major, of course these kind of students get so busy, and having to take such hard courses, and a lot of studying and stuff. I'm not as free as I was back in my high school days. And granted, I did go to a really good high school, but even still, that really affected my upload schedule a lot. And with college, basically narrated videos or videos actually featuring, my actual face and me talking to you guys have almost vanished from this channel ever since I left for college. And the second reason is purely living conditions. I'm not gonna give away my exact location, where I live, but let's just say it's not quiet enough and I don't have enough privacy to make narrated videos whenever I have the time, which is rare. Like, the only time before I came home for Christmas break that I had to even maybe work on narrated videos was after my exams. Pretty much the time between finishing up my last exam and departing. So there's that. But at the same time, though, I do have some important updates to make that are actually pretty positive too, as well. Don't worry, I'm still not going to quit YouTube, even if I'm still not the best at talking into cameras without making bloopers. But anyway, if you've been paying attention to the post that basically gives my college farewell and also my video plans for the future, you may know that I've been constantly updating it by adding new ideas as well, just to keep you guys in track that, hey, I still care about my channel and I'm still planning to return to it. It's just whenever I get occupied with college, it's just, yeah, it's almost impossible to get back to it, particularly narrated videos, unfortunately, which is a crying shame because also these videos pull the most views. Speaking of time to actually work on these videos, I actually do plan to come back here over the summer as well, mainly for other reasons, like with having to do with family graduations and friend graduations as well. But also when I do come over, that's when I do plan to start getting narrated videos back in motion. And speaking of those, I actually am working on a narrated video. I actually did have some time over Thanksgiving break to actually push a narrated video in motion before unfortunately getting flu and then realizing I just had to stop and just save it for another time as well. But it looks like that from now on until I finish up my degree, summers are possibly going to be almost the only time I even have enough time to make narrated videos, given the amount of time it takes to get all the info and also for me to make all my voice recordings as well. Not to mention maybe some additional extra time for me to just get back into the hang of it as well, because trust me, I have so many bloopers. That's just what happens when you're socially awkward and not really much of a talker as well, which is sadly me as well, and a lot of other engineering-minded people out there. In fact, you may notice this last Christmas season, the only Christmas specials I even put out were just my 2-part Everett Railroad Christmas special, which basically is all my footage from the Everett Railroad that I was able to capture last December with some amazing Christmas music put on it, and then my Polar Express audiobook featuring clips from the movie and stopgap trains footage to bring the story alive visually, kind of like some of these other Read2 videos that, we may see as kids. But I promise that over this next summer, I do plan to get narrated videos back into full motion, even if a few gen eds might get in the way, but they're just gen eds. I won't have as many of them to worry about as I have to do with other major stuff that I have to do, assuming all goes to plan. And fortunately, I am doing very good in college with grades, so you guys won't need to worry about my dreams falling apart or, that kind of stuff. Big dreams especially. So far it does look like I'm going to be getting better jobs in the industry when the time comes and not being poorly treated like so many other railroad workers are, because no. Oh, and on a final note, I should probably give some thanks to you guys as well for some really critical moments that happened last year. The first I should mention is that my ATSF 2 video actually has finally now become my most viewed video, and making it my first video to ever pull more views than a Polar Express video. And by that I mean my most viewed Polar Express video. So thank you guys so much for the support on that. I really look forward to seeing if future Dead on Arrival, or now I should say Garbage on the Rails episodes, pull more views than Polar Express videos, or even my ATSF 2 video. And the second of them is also a big thank you for getting my channel to 5,000 subscribers right before Christmas. That's another really big accomplishment for a channel of this size. Also, if you have been following me on Instagram, or have even seen my first post after Christmas Day, you may know that I actually got a new camera for Christmas, which I even slightly tested out. I haven't hooked it up into my computer yet, but I do plan to actually use that camera for future train spotting videos as well. And I cannot wait to see what that thing can do, but also the potential of finally being able to use 2 cameras for my train spotting videos as well. The last time I ever even used 2 cameras was was way back before I started making train videos, back in my destruction age, as I would probably call it, which is basically the days from the beginning of my channel until 2020. Like the early days of 2020, until I quit those videos and just gave up. Oh, and by the way, I actually modded my SD80 Mac a bit as well. Took a layer of plates out of this radiator to level it out more with the rest of the roof of the locomotive. Still need stickers on it though. I can remember the level of that. Well, that's gonna do it for this update video. Hope you guys have been informed. Hope you guys have been more encouraged for what the future holds for me, as well as my channel. I'll see you guys around. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe as well. And if you are subscribed, well, you know the deal. Turn on notifications so that you don't miss future uploads. I'm Andrew Raila Bammers, also known as the Rocket City Rail Fan, and especially look forward to seeing you in the next narrated video, which will be likely a few months from now, but not like in years. See ya!